All right,
All right, we're going to call the city council special meeting to order Thursday, March 2nd, 2023 at 5 p.m. Stand with the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, item 2, citizen comments and reports. So, are there any? No one's ladies. Okay, thank you. Well, item number 3 is a resolution approving a change order number 2, phase 2, Charlie's Pasture bulkhead repair to Shirley and Sons for an emergency repairs to damages by adding additional fees in a total amount of $224,000 and authorizing future budget amendments for fiscal year 2022-2023 budget and authorizing the city manager to sign all documents associated with the said change order.
let me do a quick lead and then I'll bring Jim up, our engineer. So the Charlie's Pasture Shoreline Bulkhead Repair Project original contract amount was 6.342 million. We are allowed to do up to a 25% change order, and this is within that range. However, because it's over 50,000, it needs to come to council for approval. So I'll bring Jim up. He can explain where this is, kind of what happened, and some of the costs associated with the fix.
I think you've got a copy. Thank you for having me here today. There's a change order in your packet, and for the most part, it outlines the cost. We've got Shirley and Sons, and most of the actual line item costs were things that were bid in that Charlie's Pasture repair. So we had items for that. So I feel like that the number that it gave were reasonable. It's fairly expensive, and I know that it was unexpected. I think the bigger thing that I wanted to get across to y'all is way back when I had a full head of hair, we did that project. And the way we did that project is we didn't get a Corps permit because we set the bulkhead on dry land as the shoreline wandered along. That's why that kind of had that weird shape. I think the area out there that sticks out where this blew out, I think I don't know if it was Mark Grossi or somebody else was actually had some pilings or something out there that kept the erosion from occurring by having rubble there. So it stuck out further than the rest of the area. So it's kind of that area that bulges out. But the point is when we put them in, we put in bulkhead there that's 14 foot long and it sticks up above the ground, maybe 4 foot. And so we had 10 foot of penetration in the ground, and over the last 20 years, 15 years, because of ship traffic along that, it's eroded out 10 feet and it eroded out down to the bottom. And because of all the ship wake and water coming on the backside and causing pressure on the backside, it just pushed out the bottom of that 14-foot bulkhead, and about 32 foot of it has kicked out, and there's a big hole behind it. So this is the cost to go back and fix 32 foot of what is, I think, about 5,000 feet of bulkhead there. And we probed along it at various different depths, and that's, I mean, that in that area we got up shallower where instead of being 10 foot of water, in some places there were 2 or 3, but as the wakes go along there, that waves kind of concentrate in areas and erode in areas and build in areas. And just over the years, that one area has the deepest hole in it. But with them continuing to dredge and ships getting bigger and going faster and more of them, this is going to be an issue for the long haul. And I'm going to take this opportunity to say that this is not caused by ordinary wind and wave. This is caused by ship wake. And if anybody wants to see some really nice videos or hasn't been out there when the ship came through, there's no question it's caused by ship wake. And if you go up Island Moorings Channel, almost all the way up to Island Moorings, you'll see that ship wake having an effect along there. So we need to do this. We have to do it. And I think we get this repair done, but I think we should put on our list of things to do to be reaching out to GLO, the port, anybody we can, because the fix is probably to go and put that rock revetment kind of material in front of the bulkhead to control erosion and that ship wake from breaking right along that bulkhead for the long haul. We're building a big 4-foot wall along that whole area to keep it from topping over and washing behind, but it doesn't do us any good if it rolls up, erodes from below. So,
And we're going back with 20-foot panels.
20
right?
foot panels, we had that. That's what we had on the other end is 20 foot. And we already had them cast and ready to go in over on the place that washed out in the storm. So contractor's already got cranes sitting right there at the hole, ready to go. So when you do this, they'll start tomorrow if y'all approve it today, and they'll tear that out and start putting that in and repairing that. So I'm recommending that y'all approve it. And then we'll do the best we can to try to identify areas and try to keep this from happening again, but ultimately we need to get some help from the port and or GLO.
So is this paid for by FEMA or is it something that we're gonna have to take out of our budget?
We are attempting to put it in the FEMA project, correct?
They were attempting, it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that it will.
Yeah, it's not a guarantee, but we
Okay.
are gonna,
Okay.
we do have.
Like
brought
it's
it-
connected.
Yeah.
Project, I mean,
Yes.
that's what.
Yeah, we're doing what we can to get it to FEMA to get it covered.
We're fighting that it was definitely weakened during the storm. And so it was a result of the storm, so,
Okay.
which is our belief, so.
Hmm.
You had a lot of material washed out behind there, the sidewalk was gone.
Oh, yeah.
And then you had probably about at least 2 feet of material that had washed away.
Yeah.
So that definitely allowed that when the water came over, it all filled into that pocket and just all that.
Yeah,
So
weight and.
it's definitely related to the
When you have
storm.
that water, what happens is if when you get in underwater on the beach, you try to pick something up, it's much lighter underwater. So all these particles behind it, the bulkhead is supposed to be holding itself in place. Once it gets totally saturated, it's like a landslide. It doesn't hold it. It just pushes the bottom of the bulkhead out.
So this was not that ship thing we spoke of.
No, no, no,
Yeah.
different
Okay.
issue.
Okay, any other questions?
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Right, does anybody have any other questions or
No.
discussion?
I motion to approve that.
Okay,
I'll second.
all right. Any further discussion after the motion in the second? All right. Melinda, are you calling the roll? Darla's calling the roll, okay. I can't see, so just making sure you're still over there. Okay.
Councilmember Chambers,
Yes.
who is here? Councilmember Park,
Yes.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
and Mayor Moore.
Yes,
Excellent, motion passes.
Thank you all.
all right.
Thank you, Jim.
All right. Item number 4, city council comments and items for future consideration.
So it was brought up that obviously we need to look at, putting doing some additional work. Is this something that we need to put on a upcoming council meeting for discussion?
Well, I think what Jim's referring to is discussions with the port on ship wakes in general.
Okay,
Because it's a big picture item that we feel could be impacting not only Charlie's Pasture, but the marina subdivisions up along the UTMSI's aquaculture area, the various subdivisions, Klein's Landing, Porpoise Point, the Port Aransas Marina, UT. We think that we're gonna see impacts all the way around. So we really need to kind of start engaging in a big picture
okay.
Planning.
port discussion.
Yeah,
and
port
planning.
discussion. Agree.
So we're gonna figure out how to do that.
Okay.
Okay, anything else?
No, ma'am.
All right, we're adjourned.
Right. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Ford, for
You're welcome.